today. From Ford Field in Detroit, it's Week 13 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Detroit Lions taking on the Minnesota Vikings.
The seating capacity is 65,000 at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Ford Field tunnels, and the noise level in this place just about off the charts. They are set for football as the Lions get ready to do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. The streak continues, doesn't it? They come in here a perfect 11-0. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And going back through the tape, I thought they looked pretty good last week. It was a solid win, a comprehensive win.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. They're led by their 6-year quarterback out of North Dakota State, a former Pro Bowler, Carson Wentz.
And it felt like it watching the game tape. He got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. One touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
The numbers for Zeke from last week. 20 carries, 104 yards, and a score as well.
Well, he's the number 2 runner in the league, and you just know the offensive line wants to get him to number 1 because most of the good ball carriers, they take care of their linemen. Could be a gold watch in their future if he becomes a leading rusher.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. So after a good run by Zeke, another 10. To throw is Wentz. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Now this defense for the Lions, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
They sure did, and the key number to me was total offense allowed, which was barely over 100 yards. That's a heck of a sign that this defense is really putting all the pieces together and doing it cohesively.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Wentz going to throw. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wentz. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he's going to get this inside the 30. So the completion there, Charles, looking at this defense, certainly in for a tough task here this afternoon. What are some of the keys for them if they want to come out on top?
Well, the first thing, partner, is they just allowed a completion there. They don't want to get a string of those going. Let him get his confidence. Let him get into the rhythm of the game, the flow of the game, and all of a sudden, he's feeling like he can do no wrong. You want to really get after his timing a little bit, knock a few balls away, and make things uncomfortable for him. Because if he feels relaxed, you are in for a tough afternoon.
And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. On 2nd down now. It's Elliott, and he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Ezekiel Elliott, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Folk connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. Tyler Lockett now with a return. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the former 7th-round pick from FIU at quarterback. It's Alex Magoo.
You enjoyed watching that game tape, didn't you?
Yeah,
Last week's game.
Good. 4 touchdowns, 1 pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you would play him this week or not if you were the head coach.
Hey, they got the win.
You got the win, so you're going to give him another chance?
I'm going to give him another shot.
All right. I think the ratio's pretty good. He'll try and eliminate the interception, but he wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes.
He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
And this will wind up a Lions first down as he's able to get this up past the 40. The numbers for Jones last week: 17 carries, 128 yards, and a touchdown.
And they've got a nice scheme going right now, and they run the football pretty well. In fact, I was talking with him on the field before the game, and he said he's starting to hear from the guys ahead of him on the rushing yardage total, and they want to know if he's going to jump up there and join them at the top of the list. I'll give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route.
He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Travis Kelce, touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Brett Maher on for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So that drive, 4 plays. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And no return here from Westbrook. This will be a touchback. Ezekiel Elliott gets ready to go again here on offense as he shuffles onto the field. A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We're watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complimentary piece in the last game.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Credit the sack to Malik Jefferson. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. A give to Elliott. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. These two teams all tied after one. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Nick Bosa racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Back deep, the former All-Pro Tyler Lockett. It's taken to the 26. A very good punt, but a 16-yard return. And the Lions will take over. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
They talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Looking downfield for Kelce. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Travis Kelce with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Lions have taken the lead. Extra point by Maher, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Now following the touchdown, Hoff Richter to kick off. And no return here from Westbrook. This will be a touchback. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. They are back over the 500 mark for the season. Got there with a win a week ago, their second straight victory.
Well, they've definitely gotten better as this season has gone along, and from what I can tell, they know their roles. Everyone understands how they fit offensively, defensively, and this team now has an identity, and they're playing to it and playing well.
From the 29, Wentz. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a three-step drop, but when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. 52 yards on the ground for him so far. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
A first down carry by Elliott. Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up, loose football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing here, Magoo. Steps away to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown! Travis Kelce with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Lions strike quickly here for 6 points. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it's now 21-7. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. And no return here from Westbrook. This will be a touchback. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent game, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First down now, but that clock rolling. Working from the gun, Wentz. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. 10th carry now for Elliott. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Returnable for Lockett. A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And here now is Travis Kelce. And he's proving again why tight ends can be so valuable in this league. He's over 150 yards.
They just continually create mismatches because of their body frame, their athletic ability. You put a little guy on them, a small corner, they can often overpower them. You put a bigger linebacker on them, they'll run by them. You name it, they almost have the last move if this were a chess game. That's why they're so valuable.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And they're going to speed things up here. Here's Magoo looking to throw it. Caught, Kelce, left side. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. Marr able to put this one through. So we've reached halftime here in Detroit with the Lions out on top. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month of December. So let's get right to it. We'll begin out in the windy city of Chicago. And it's the Cardinals who are out in front as the two teams have gone to halftime. The rookie, Trey Lance, with a touchdown pass. From there, let's stay in the Midwest and head down to Kansas City to check on the Chiefs at Arrowhead. And they trail the visiting Denver Broncos in that one. 2 touchdown passes there for the former MVP, Matt Ryan. Finally, let's get down to Miami to see what's going on with the Dolphins. And at the half, they are down to the visiting New York Giants. A touchdown run there for Antonio Gibson. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. This fielded right at the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think
looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. 1 play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
Again, it's Elliott. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. Throwing now is Wentz. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. It's the former Patriot Devin McCourty. And the Lions are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
You got to know as a quarterback that's going to be tough to outthink this guy in the defensive backfield. He's been at it 11 years now, so he knows all the ins and outs of the position, and he's in the right spot there to come up with the interception.
And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. To throw is Magoo. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Magoo back to throw. His throw incomplete. 2nd and 10. Magoo. Flush to his right. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Now Magoo. Open man, it's the tight end, Kelsey. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, down at the 31. Looking to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up 2nd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 13-yard line. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling the...
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Aaron Jones hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And the lead is now 24. A 10-play drive that time. And the last play in the drive was a touchdown run by Aaron Jones. Now following the touchdown, Richter to kick off. And no return here from Westbrook. This will be a touchback. It's time for our player spotlight right now as we get a look at Carson Wentz. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 60 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. Here's Elliott. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now Wentz. Over the middle, complete. It's Henry.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. And he used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Wentz's throw taken in by Bourne. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Meanwhile, Wentz's throw into the hands of Henry here.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and put the down marker back to 1.
And he'll go down at the 28. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it second down. Now Wentz. That'll be caught. It's Kupp. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. That's just his second catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game, and they've done a great job of doing that.
And right side, Henry's got it. That catch good for only a couple. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Elliott. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. Being chased out left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Thomas. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. The kick by Marr is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And no return here from Westbrook. This will be a touchback. And now out comes Minnesota. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Wentz now on 1st down. And that is incomplete. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Shotgun now for Wentz. Henry's got it out on the left side. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. Wentz. Throw left side, complete to Kupp. And he will have a Vikings 1st down. He needed 5. He got it barely as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. The throw over the middle taken in. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope. Touchdown, Detroit! Travis Kelce, his 25th touchdown, tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Lions add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And would you believe it? This is caught in the end zone. And the fake extra point works to extend their lead by 2.
All right, partner, one more time. Our whole lives, you put the ball on the 3-yard line, kick the extra point. 2015, they put it on the 15 to kick the extra point. 2016, they said, we're leaving it there. So if you want to fake it, that's a long way to go. And they got it done.
I was going to say they had a 15-yard play in their back pocket.
You don't see that on too many play sheets, do you?
No. And getting set to go again, here's the Lions defense. They recovered the fumble last time. 3 turnovers for them in this game. They've been, that word opportunistic comes to mind, right?
Exactly right. And you know guys on defense, they say the turnovers, and offensive guys call them turnovers. We call them takeaways. We go get them. And that's exactly what they've done in this game.
The former DB making sure you know their takeaways on the defense.
Takeaways, man.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wentz.
Open man is Osborne. He's got him.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward, and he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it to the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
And no return here from Westbrook. This will be a touchback.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Wentz to throw. Finding Bourne here over the middle. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Wentz looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And that's Elliott, complete. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. $51 yards on the punt there. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. That one looks like he'll throw here.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And the Vikings come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Lions, the streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for Minnesota,